I want to race for Great Britain as this year's Gravel World Championships. And to do so, I need to qualify, which means this weekend I'll be driving up to Scotland to take part in the Gralloch, a UCI Gravel race. And in order to qualify to represent GB, I need to finish in the top 25% of my race category. So yeah, I'm going to be taking you along behind the scenes to show you exactly what I get up to on a race weekend. Before I can even set off, I need to pack everything up into the bags that I'll be taking for this weekend. And yeah, I've tried to lay everything out nicely just to ensure I do not miss anything. So yeah, we've got all of my kit from Sportful over there, and then we've got my spares. So we've got inner tubes, we've got some CO2 canisters, sealant, tie levers, spare battery, Wahoo, all of that sort of jazz. Then of course my hydration pack that I'll be using for the race. And then this will all be packed into my stubble and co-bags. But the most important thing is of course going to be my nutrition. And for that I'm going to be using Veloforte. And actually I've just had a delivery today come through, which has basically got everything I need for race day. Now, in here, I ordered some recovery shakes. So these will be what I'll be having after the race. We got some overnight oats. We'll be having these the morning of the race. And then we've also got a whole range of bits and pieces, including some Paso and Solo electrolytes, which are my all-time favourite electrolytes. And then we've got some energy bars, which I'll be snacking on throughout the weekend. So yeah, throughout the video, hopefully I can give you a better explanation of how many grams of carbs an hour I'm going to be taking and the reasoning behind why I'm doing everything and when. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But first, I better get to packing. It's now around 24 hours to race day. So yeah, my routine the day before a race consists of a few things, and mainly it's just keeping things super simple. But a big thing is, yeah, upping your carbohydrate intake. I started to do this a couple of days before the race, just so that then for the race my muscles have got loads of glycogen in their stores. So yeah, I've been having these Veloforte apple and cinnamon complete overnight oats, and normally I'll just have one serving, which is around 90 grams. But yeah, I'll start upping this, and today I'll probably double that, so around 180 grams for breakfast this morning. Another thing that I make sure that I do is having electrolytes. Now, I think this is a mistake I see a lot of people making, and that's only taking their electrolytes whilst they're exercising. But actually, I include these as part of my routine the day before a race, but also actually, if I'm exercising in the evening, I will have these in my water in the afternoon. So yeah, that's two things that I do sort of the day and days leading up to a race that I find extremely beneficial and would highly recommend anyone doing. The electrolytes I mentioned I'm going to be having today are these. It's the Solo electrolyte powder from Veloforte, which this is an apricot and sage flavoured. And out of the Veloforte range, it's got the most amount of potassium and sodium. So perfect for, yeah, just topping up your electrolyte stores and helping you stay hydrated. And I think, yeah, personally, this one along with the Paso are my two favourite flavours. But Paso is slightly higher in carbohydrates, so I tend to have that as part of my exercising routine. And then I'll have this as like my pre-race or pre-ride routine. So yeah, that's just how I have each of the different powders. And because they're powder formats, they dissolve effortlessly into your water, and just like that. There's no fake fizz, no bubbles, literally nothing you'd get with effervescent tablets. There's no colourings, preservatives, additives. It's literally just all natural ingredients. And yeah, they're also informed sport tested, so you can have confidence there's nothing nasty in there whatsoever. And they taste incredible. 5 hours and 23 minutes. That's a long old way. It's 320 miles. I don't know how you can see that because of the reflection, but yeah, Scotland's a long way away. But if we want to qualify for the Gravel World Champs, I guess we only have one choice, and this is the closest race there is. In fact, I think it's the only qualifying race in the UK this year. So, guess we better get cracking, and hopefully I can miss all of the Friday traffic. That was a long drive. Yeah, so 6 hours later, we finally made it to Scotland, and it is toasty. Yeah, I didn't really vlog anything at all during the drive. Obviously, I was focused on driving. I did stop briefly for some lunch, but big focus today, just my pre-race day routine, is just staying on top of my fluids and also carbohydrate intake. So during the drive itself, which was 6 hours, I drank 2 litres of water, with 1 litre of those having the solo electrolytes that I made earlier. And yeah, now I'm here at the race. I need to go sign on, and then we're going out on a 1 hour just pre-race spin, just to try and loosen the legs up after such a long drive before tomorrow's race. We've just come to scout out the first few kilometres of the course. It's been a while since I've raced the Gralloch, and oh wow, I forgot just how hard it is. As the gates, you have an around 8 kilometre climb straight off the start line. So yeah, that's gonna probably send a few people out the back if you're not quite warmed up or fueled correctly. And it's super hot, as you can see. The sun's out in Scotland, which is a rare occurrence. So it's just little things like staying hydrated today, the day before the race. It's going to be super key, so that when you take to the start line tomorrow, essentially you're ready to go. Whew. Right, I'm getting dropped. Better crack on before these two lose me. That's it, it's the first climb of the day scouted, and the legs feel terrible, which is annoying but also a good sign, because I always find if the legs feel bad the day before the race, they feel good on race day. But with that in mind, when they do feel bad, my pre-race day routine is just to get some intensity in the legs. So I see a lot of people just doing a really easy ride the day before a race, a cafe ride, or yeah, whereas I've smashed out about 20 minutes at around 170 beats per minute to really get the blood flow around the body and hopefully just get rid of all the rubbish that's in the legs, which is making them feel so bad. But yeah, we're just on the road section of the course now, about 17k into the route. I'm going to head back down into the race village and hopefully have a shower and yeah, just rest up ahead of tomorrow. So just got back from my shakeout ride. In the end, it ended up being around 30 kilometers, so just over an hour's worth of riding, which was really nice just to spin the legs out after such a long drive. Come back to the campsite, had a shower, and now tucking in to dinner, which is this absolute massive bowl of pasta. And yeah, on race day, night before race day, I always have something pretty similar, just it's what my body knows. And yeah, I think the day before a race or any sort of event, you get into a routine and yeah, you just stick to it. So you go through the same cycles mentally and also just physically. That's what your body knows. So yeah, on the cards tonight is pasta, and then we've just got some mackerel, olives, and then just a tomato sauce. So yeah, super simple and just full of nice carbs. So yeah, time to tuck into that and then probably start thinking about winding down for the evening and getting into bed. Tomorrow's race starts at 9:20, so it's fairly early in the morning, and Yeah, the last thing you want to be doing as part of your pre-race routine is stressing. So you want to be as prepared as possible the night before. And I've just finished up dinner. I've pinned on my numbers onto my skin suit for the morning. And then I've also just finished making breakfast. And tomorrow I'm going to be having these smooth cocoa flavoured complete overnight oats. So this morning I had the apple and cinnamon flavour, and then tomorrow I'm going to have the smooth cocoa. There is a third flavour, which is strawberry and coconut. But yeah, I think the smooth cocoa is actually my favourite. And the best bit is, it's one bag, and it's got everything you need in this bag. You literally just pour it in, add your liquid of choice, give it a stir, and job's a good one. It's got all your carbs, protein, and a little bit of fibre as well. So yeah, it's the optimal balance of everything you need for basically a breakfast. When you mix them with water, like I did, you don't need a fridge, so they're perfect for camping, like I am doing. And yeah, they taste amazing as well. And actually, fun fact, every time I've had the smooth cocoa flavour, I've podiumed at the race that I've done. So no pressure for tomorrow. Oh, good morning. It's officially race day. Yeah, I actually slept really well in my tent box, which is good because today is a big day. It's currently just after 7 o'clock, so I've got just over 2 hours until it's go time. Yeah, pre-race routine on the morning is, again, always the same. Get up a few hours before the race, just allows time for your body to naturally wake up and get ready for the starts. And so it also means that you can have a decent breakfast. So in the morning of a race, you want to, again, like prioritise carbohydrates. So that's what I'll be having my overnight oats that I made last night. And I'll have those around 2 hours before the start, just to give enough time for them to be digested before then. Probably do a little warm up and then have probably a packet of energy chews on the start line or a couple of minutes before the start line. Just so that I'm really ready right from the gun. So yeah, time to get up. With breakfast done, it's time to start thinking about fueling for today's race. Now, the race itself is around 110 kilometres with around 1,800 metres of climbing. So working out how long it's going to take is quite tricky, but I would say somewhere in the region of 3 to 4 hours. So I'm going to take enough fuel for that latter. For a race, I would take fast-acting carbohydrates, so energy gels and also energy chews. There's a few key things that I look for. I want all natural ingredients and dual-source carbohydrates. So basically it means the carbohydrates come from fructose and glucose. So for me, just acts as a quicker absorption and minimises GI distress. And yeah, so for today's race, I'm going to be using the range of Veloforte products, and specifically these ones here. So I've laid them out hour by hour. So in the first hour, that's probably the hardest of the race. It's got the most climbing, and so you just want as fast, easy to have fuel as possible. So we're going to have one gel every 15 minutes. In the second hour, we're going to have a packet of Fresco and then 2 more energy gels, a Tempo and a Doppio. And then the third hour, we'll go for 2 packets of energy chews before the final hour. Another 2 gels and also a packet of energy chews Amaro, which are these caffeine flavours. So yeah, that will give me around 88-90 grams of carbohydrates an hour, which for me is about the optimum amount. And then I'll also have electrolytes in one of the bottles on my bike and also in the 2-litre bladder that I'll be taking with me on my back. So yeah, that hopefully should be the perfect fueling strategy. There we go, I've just finished getting ready before the race. I've just put on my bicarb lotion onto my legs and also my Peloton sun cream because, as you can see, it is sunny today. But I'll do a quick bike rundown before I head off. So yeah, the main bike I'm racing today is the Ribble Gravel SL, my own custom colourway. It's the pink marble effects, the main frame itself, with then these blue paint splattered forks. I'm then running these Hunt Veloforte limitless aero gravel wheel sets. Now these wheels are specifically designed for gravel racing, so they're perfect, optimized between durability and also aerodynamics. And yeah, I'm really liking them, and they've got a really wide internal rim, so they really suit a 45mm tyre such as this Cinturato RC, which I'll be running today. They're running a SRAM Force AXS group set, got 40-42 training on the front and then a 10-44 on the rear, and then we've got 2 bottles with Veloforte electrolytes in, and then we've got a Physique 3D printed saddle, as well as Physique bar tape. And then I'll be taking this Restrap hydration vest with another 1.5 litres of water and all of my spares. And then we've got another Physique product in the terms of this Kudo helmet. I was going to wear the aero version, but as it's going to be so hot today, I just wanted a little bit more ventilation. So I've gone with the ventilated, nice climbing one here, and then fitted out in the Sportful Fast Not Fun gravel specific skin suits, which is really nice. Again, it's specifically designed for gravel racing. So you've got these really nice big pockets on your sides to fit all of your gels, and yeah, and then we've got the matching socks as well as the Physique shoes to finish the outfit.
In winter I was like, yeah, I'll be fit by then, I'll be fine. No.
Biggest fields, that tends to be 40 to 44s, 44 to 49s, 50 to 54s.
I mean, today couldn't have gone any better. So I was racing the 19 to 34-year-old age cats, and yeah, I managed to win. So the pace was quite ferocious the first like 30k or so, and then we hit a bit of a plateau section where everyone was sort of looking at each other before we hit quite a single tracky, quite narrow track, and I just sort of saw the opportunity to attack and put in bits of a dig, and turned around at the end of the single track and like no one else was there. It meant I had to ride 70k pretty much solo all the way to the finish, which was a long old slog, especially in this heat. It was, I don't know, like mid-20s probably today. But yeah, and I won by about 2 minutes or so. So it couldn't have gone any better. And that means I've also qualified for the World Champs later on this year. Fueling was super important as part of the race day routine today. So I had an energy gel every 15 minutes in the end. I didn't even bother with the energy chews. I just stuck to the gels. It was the easiest that I could use during the race when I was absolutely full gas. And then I had around 4 litres of water in the 3.5 hour race, which I know is a lot, but I drink a lot of water and that's what works for me. So yeah, then I had some Paso electrolytes in my bladder and on my back, and then also my bike, and then I stopped for a water refill halfway round. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty gassed by how today went, and yeah, I mean, I better get training for Gravel Worlds later on this year. But before I set off on the 320-mile journey back home, I'm going to make myself a protein shake, and yeah, I've got Vita for that, which is my favourite protein shake of all time. Maybe my favourite sports nutrition product of all time. Is a raspberry and acai flavour, but it's also got electrolytes in and a 3-to-1 ratio of carbs to protein. So it's basically perfect for kickstarting recovery after such a hard day like today. So I'll have that now, and then yeah, crack on with the journey home. But thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far, and also to everyone at the Gralloch for putting on such an amazing event. If you've never been before, I would highly recommend. It's such a great weekend, from the camping experience to the race atmosphere. There's a massive event village, and yeah, just all round it's a really nice event. And even if you don't fancy racing the UCI race on the Saturday, there is normally a sportif. Well, there is this year. There is a sportif on the Sunday for people who want more of a leisurely day out. But yes, no, definitely, if you're interested, come and give it a go in 2026. But thank you very much for watching, and I guess let Gravel World's training commence.